This guy spends up to 6 hours every single day to play TF2 for only 5 minutes. Here's why. As you may know, in 2016, Valve released the Meteor Match update. An update infamous for adding competitive matchmaking, a ranked 6v6 mode which has been received very poorly and is pretty much dead for the longest time now, as well as taking away the TF2's quick play feature and replacing it with the current casual matchmaking system, which can only be described as crap. At first, it was a welcome change. People found matches faster, they were able to easily select the maps they wanted to play, and so on. But people were quick to realize how much damage was done to community servers. People stopped noticing the community tab, and the vast majority of people started almost entirely relying on the new system. However, this video is not going to be me ranting about the amount of damage that the community servers took that day. Instead, I will focus on my favorite all-time map, Payload Race Pipeline. This video is sponsored and brought to you by TF2 Royal, where you can find various games with valuable prizes, lowest coin flip fees, and a rakeback system. By using the code RAIN, you can get free coins as well. Remember to play responsibly and only with items you don't care to lose. You see, when this update was rolled, most maps were put into different categories based on their game mode type. Dust Bowl belonged to the Attack Defend category, 2-Fort was part of Capture the Flag, and so on. However, some maps, mostly the ones that were part of a game mode which had only one or a few maps for it, were placed in the Misc category. However, Pipeline was not one of them. So instead of it belonging to the main maps group, which features the aforementioned game modes alongside Payload, it was instead tossed to the dusty section called Alternative Game Modes. Oddly, even though Pipeline appears to have a similar amount of people queuing for it based on the indicator behind its name to such popular maps like Degroot Keep or Hightower, searching for a Pipeline match can often take actual hours. And believe me, I'm talking from experience. For example, when writing this video, I decided to look for a Hightower match and was able to find it in less than 2 minutes. But when I did the same for Pipeline, I managed to not only finish writing the video script, but also wait long enough to an extent I had to go to sleep before I found a Pipeline match. Looking at this image, could you really tell that the indication of people queuing for this is so vastly different? Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyways, I have rambled enough. You can probably clearly tell how passionate I am about this topic, and you'd be right. I love Pipeline to bits. I've used to play it on a 24/7 community server for many years, probably racking up like 1,000 hours on this map alone. I even made a video about this map. Anyways, now that I have your attention on the matter, as well as your clear understanding of the issue, I should probably introduce the hero of the story. And that hero is Payload Race Pipeline. No, not the map, the YouTube channel. This person has been queuing for more than 45 days in a row trying to enjoy some time with his favorite TF2 map. Each video is titled Day X Queuing for Payload Race Pipeline using casual mode until I get a game or give up for the day. They also keep updating the date of their findings from each day in each video's description. In total, they spent almost 4 full days waiting for a match. And can you guess how much playtime they get from this? Maybe 50 hours. Well, what about 30? Okay, let's take a really low number, 10. No, the total playtime they got from almost 90 hours of waiting is 6 hours. That is fucking insane and it pisses me off beyond belief. This even led them to queue for matches with the highest allowed ping limit, which is clearly not a fun time for anyone playing TF2, and even that took almost 4 hours waiting for a 12-minute match. So while yes, they still get to play TF2, this is insufferable for anyone trying to enjoy a single map. Frankly, I doubt any map gives such a hard time to any player in the entire game. Even Hydro, Junction, or Manpower and pastime related maps. The thing is, Pipeline isn't even a bad map. Sure, it has its flaws in each stage and is far from perfect. I'm not saying it's really well balanced or whatever. But whenever I'd bring people to play it or find some gamers online, a lot of people would actually enjoy it. Because above all else, it's really fun. It offers a thrilling time where you're constantly battling things out. Each class is definitely viable and fun to use. I don't know. Maybe there is no hope for Pipeline in this world. The only way I found it a bit easier to queue for Pipeline was to join one of the million Hightower servers or Banana Bay servers, become a tryhard and hope to win as soon as possible, after which I'd have to convince people to click on Pipeline instead of repeating Hightower for the 100th time, or hope that the map selection glitch happens, and I get to be the only one voting using the next map vote command via console, which guarantees that, we get the map I want. In any case, I love that this person is doing their best, passively bringing attention to this matter, and I can only ask one thing from you, especially if you are using a pre-saved map selection setting most of the time. Consider scrolling down the menu and selecting Pipeline for good. Nightfall too if you don't mind. Thanks!